one right back here.
Yeah.
I forgot I could turn the thing around so we can actually see ourselves.
Oh, there's us.
There it is. I'm already recording too.
Oh,
so.
cool.
Hi,
Us. Hi.
Oh. Hey.
Hey.
Very informal. Cuss if you want to. I really don't care.
Fuck yeah.
There you go. See?
Heck yes.
I don't even professionally start. Sometimes I will, whatever. But hey, guys, what's going on? Jeremy Lafrentz, Backstage Entertainment. Stitched Up Heart. Guys, what's going on?
We're just playing a little show.
Yeah, a little
you tiny.
Played
across
a little
America,
show.
Across Canada.
Several arenas.
Small
Yeah.
band with some small
I
bands.
was really
that were-
surprised though. A few thousand people actually showed up to one of them. You know.
Yeah, it was weird.
That's
It's
crazy.
Like, actually, there was like three people.
It's different than playing a bar where there's like 50 people, right? Because you guys never done that though. You started.
No, we
way-
were touring in arenas from the womb.
Yeah.
Right from
Our
the start.
parents were touring, and then we just took over their places. as well,
inherited
kind of.
the
Like
touring.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Just like
Right.
this.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So for fans out there that do not know you, why don't we introduce yourselves? We'll do the standard, introduce yourself thing too, and pass it around. So
Oh, sick.
I'll hold it for you. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
You're good.
Oh,
What if I do with my hand?
We don't. Merritt's not usually in the interviews.
Yeah, I'm like, do I poke it? Like,
I don't think it's going to tell your future. It's not a crystal
does I like squeak it? Okay.
Again. Right.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So I'm Merritt. I play guitar.
Whoa, that took a while to get to that. That's what he does. I am Mixie, and I would want to be the bass player, but instead I have to sing.
Okay.
My name's Murderface. I am the bass player.
Perfect. Murderface. Nice.
And I'm Decker. I'll be the drummer.
All right.
Murderface is a reference from Metalocalypse. He's
Okay,
like in love
yeah.
with that show. If you watch it, it's awesome.
Right.
It is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
But his name is really Randy.
Randy. Yeah, really Randy.
Yeah,
Hey, really
baby.
Randy.
Yeah.
Really Randy.
Really Randy. Does sound like a nice sitcom show, right?
Everybody loves Randy.
So the cool thing is we've kind of been hanging out already because you guys allowed us to take a video of you guys taking the stage, which a lot of fans have been giving feedback because we've been doing that with other bands, and they like to see more of that sort of thing. The interviews are cool and everything to try and get to know you better, but seeing a backstage look at what really goes on backstage and before you hit the stage, they kind of want to know that.
I think it's because of the new movie Bohemian Rhapsody, where like the beginning is him like getting ready and then just running up on stage for Live Aid.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And that's a look they don't get to see very often, right? So
Yeah, it's like you're filming that like moment of excitement, like right before you set the stage, So the
Oh, yeah.
audience is like, oh God, it's like they're almost nervous with you,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. And in actuality, too, we show a lot of backstage clips, and it's not all that people think backstage really is, right? It's like parties all the time, they think, and everything, where really it's just chill, right?
We drink a lot of Monster, so
Right.
it does get pretty energetic by the end of the night. We've had one too many Monsters, and we can't sleep. But yeah, I mean, we're pretty chill. We're just like,
Right.
eating soup and hanging out.
Veggies and monsters.
Drinking almond milk.
Almond milk.
So
there you go.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets real
I have
rowdy.
a few cups of tea every day. It's like, whew.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm, handling it back here, so thank you.
So much potassium from those bananas.
Right.
Lots of bananas.
Right.
I made sure.
So have you guys ever been in an interview, all four of you together?
Usually it's just Decker and I sometimes, but we
don't
figured.
usually allow these guys
Yeah.
to talk.
Oh.
They end up bringing up fart jokes all the time, and then they blame it on me afterwards. Like,
Why he doesn't usually interview.
Okay.
But no, I figured they were here, and let's just all hang out. It was
All
one
right.
big happy family.
And that's what our interviews are. It's basically a hangout session.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you guys that do interviews on a regular basis, do you know, I guess even starting out, you're getting the interviews that are, hey, where'd your band name come from? How'd you guys form?
Who the f- are you?
Yeah, exactly. Do those questions kind of get a little repetitive anymore? And
No, I don't think anything's a bad question. I guess I don't know.
I think it's when they try to throw in a weird question that we're
Oh,
like, why
yeah.
are you doing this?
Well, no, I think it's cool to be creative, but
Yeah.
we've gotten some real weird questions. A little far left. Are you going with a little far left question next? Is that what's happening?
I might.
All right, give me the craziest question you got. The craziest one.
That comes later. That's what
Okay,
I will
okay.
show you.
Okay.
But we get pretty crazy.
I bet that there's been crazier questions.
Do you have one off the top of your head that you
Yes,
remember?
I absolutely do.
Okay.
And you remember it. He knows exactly which one I'm talking about.
Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes, how would you describe your music to a deaf person? That was the first question
Really?
of the interview.
Very first question.
Very first.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Open
We
with
were
that.
both like, well,
How do you describe your music to a deaf person? So I was like, well, you put their hands in the shape of horns, and then you make them headbang. And I was like, that was the answer.
Get a translator to do the
thing.
I don't know sign language.
Right.
But yeah, so that was a weird question for us. But no, I mean, we don't get. It's really hard to annoy us.
Right.
We're the annoying ones.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
Especially.
Okay. Okay. All right. We established the annoying one of the group, so we know we're passing the mic over here. So we had a cool story too that you would see on our backstage video, but it was kind of cool to me, but for you guys it's probably more hectic. But you have a song called "Lost" that was just released. It was on the radio. It was in the.
It's on Octane right
exactly.
now.
It was on Octane. That's where I heard it for the first time, and it was in the where they're playing 3 songs and
Test
your
drive.
Test Drive.
Yeah.
Thank
Test
you.
Drive, yeah.
Taking the words out.
Hashtag Test
Drive.
Yeah, you do it. Yeah. So people were having great reactions to that, and Sully from Godsmack is in there, and you're ironically touring with them.
I don't know how that timing worked out just
How
so
did it-
perfectly.
Exactly.
So yeah, he's supposed to come up on stage and
Exactly.
sing it with us. Well, the first couple shows, we didn't get like a real long sound check, and he wanted to make sure that he was dialed in to make sure that everything was good.
They
So
were
last
also
night,
getting used to like their new gear. As
yeah,
well.
they have like 5 semis
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
the two of those bands,
I think
So
9 actually.
9 semis?
9 of them.
Between the two
9
bands, 5 are
semis. They were
Godsmack.
like, "How many semis did you bring?" And we're like,
we have
we
a
accidentally
10
left
by
our
10
semi
trailer.
at home. But yeah, so finally last night he came up on stage. He performed the song. It was awesome. It was amazing. And then today he was gonna come up on stage.
Right.
And so we've been having actually Cody, the guy that pretty much does everything behind the scenes for the tour and helps us
Right.
out and stuff. He's been coming up there and he's loving it. He's like, it's his moment to shine.
Oh,
He was like,
exactly.
Sully, you don't need to sing it. It's
No, I'll do
I
it.
got this. It's totally fine. But so he's sitting there side stage, ready to go just in case Sully doesn't make it. Yesterday, Sully got locked out of his green room or something, so he almost didn't make it to stage yesterday. And today, he turns his ears on, he hears that we're in the second chorus of Lost and his part is coming in, and he runs to the stage. I see him afterwards. He runs
Right,
to the
right.
stage, and just as he was about to go, Cody ran up on stage.
Turns away.
So he's like, okay, never mind. But
Yeah.
so it's he's always going to be side stage ready to go for that, and also because he loves it. But yeah.
Right. Some other things we were talking about. Hey, speaking of Cody, if you can make your way around, you surely can if you want. But we're just trying to get everybody in here. I want to see if he. Oh,
This
doesn't
is-
even bump it.
This is Cody, and some people come over here.
Yeah,
some
we can
people
we can
think-
see ourselves
Yeah,
in here.
come here.
Soccer league.
Some people think when he gets on the stage and he sings Sully's part, whenever Sully can't make it, that he's Head from Korn.
Ah.
And I don't see it at
gotcha.
all. Do you see it? I don't see it.
No, I don't.
No.
I don't think so.
People
no.
like in the audience are like, dude,
Look at that.
Ted,
I
Ted
see
from
people
Korn.
going like,
Oh my. People like afterwards, like the first 2 shows, I went out to the merch table. It was a little crazy, so I stopped doing that for this tour. But they come up to him and they're like, "Yo, when you coming back in town?" He's like,
Sunday.
I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, Korn, when are you guys coming back? And I was like, August.
August.
Yeah. Later this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sometime.
Yeah, exactly. So another question we were talking about, again, Mixie, we were kind of hanging out after you guys performed, and I think we kind of did an impromptu interview without the camera rolling pretty much, but you started talking about, and you guys have probably seen it, being a female-fronted rock band, you probably get some interesting guys that follow you and come to shows and whatever. You were about to tell me about one, and then it kind of cut off. I'm like, let's save it for the interview.
which
Do you have-
interesting one?
I don't. You said like
Oh,
last
I
night
thought I
or
was going to
something?
get murdered on one
Oh,
of the
okay.
people. But I didn't realize it was the guy that I thought was going to murder me. So afterwards, I was still alive. So it was totally
Yeah.
cool.
She did live.
Right.
I'm still here. Darn it.
Do you
Damn
guys,
it.
do you guys kind of see the fans too? Like when you guys are around, like what is all going on there?
I mean, for the most part, I feel like the fans are harmless, but we do try to keep an eye on her.
Right.
But she could probably beat all of us up anyway. So
Well, that's what I get. I don't know why I'm standing by her. So you know.
I mean, good thing she has a security guard.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
Security guard, singer, whatever,
Exactly.
all the other
You do
things.
it all, man.
Pretty
You do it
much.
all. You got me back here too.
Interviews.
So yeah.
Exactly.
You want to take over?
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
See you later. See you later. I know you guys released an album a little while ago. Any new details on anything upcoming though?
We finished our new album. It's going to be called Darkness.
That's okay. So I saw online the name right now is Darkness, but you're confirming it. It sounds like.
Yeah, I think we all agreed on Darkness.
the email that I saw seems like it's pretty much going to be done.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean we
Talked about the artwork and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you're all here, so I think we can.
Are we
confirm it.
naming it Darkness? I think
Darkness?
it is Darkness. I think
Flip
Okay.
a coin.
we went
Yeah.
back and forth between two names because there was a really good story behind one of them, and this one I think it just simplified what the meaning in all the songs kind of ended up being in the end.
Right.
And it's just about going through dark times over and over again and not being afraid of it anymore. And it's
Okay.
also one of the songs on the album, which we wanted to keep consistent with the Never Alone album, where Never Alone is actually a song on the Never Alone album.
Right.
So we'll talk about artwork another time, but we pretty much already have a concept that kind of keeps things a little bit cohesive and also kind of the opposite.
Gotcha. Hey everyone, thank you for watching our video. Subscribe to us on YouTube to see all of our interviews and backstage footage. Also find us on our other socials by searching @BSE Rocks or by clicking the links below in the video. By becoming a fan of Backstage Entertainment, you can enter in contests to win autographed prizes. From Backstage Entertainment, I'm Jeremy Lafrentz.